One way is to go to the stackoverflow.com. Then we'll search for the Python tag. When we search for the Python tag, we'll see a lot of questions by default sorted by their how many times they were asked. Here we could see there are 50 answers and 3.3 million views. There are a lot of words. We could see a lot of them here. So we can choose, since these are already sorted, we can take a few of them. Let's say we have this, how to create a directory and any missing parent directories in Python. So it has the question there. So we are trying to find the equivalent of make directory py. So we can take the Python console here. So let's see how we can do that. Here they say from path library import path. Okay, so we'll say first hello is a directory we want to create. Let's see how it works. Make directory parents equals true, exist okay is true. The new directory is created in this way. We can choose for the another one. So for example, how do I access the index value for in a for loop? We'll see how to do it faster by looking at the example here. They have some information here. So first of all, what I'll do is do exactly what they were asking in the question. I'll just try to reproduce it here. I guess there seems to be some issue in this one. Anyway, so I'll try to use. So what is the best way to enumerate whatever we have? A list is to access the value of index value for in a for loop. They say it's a enumerate option. So we have the documentation here. So we could see the documentation. Yeah, this is one way to access documentation. That is to whenever we find an issue, so whenever we find a problem, it's easy to go to the documentation and see the surroundings as to how it is, and any possible explanations as to what this is all about. So let me take the example, the textbook example here. I'll take it and then say I'll just run it as is without making any changes. So seasons, it's a list of seasons, and we enumerated it without any in start option. So if we don't do by default, it's zero. The list starts with zero, zero, one, two, three, and when we add start equals one, there is a it starts with one. So we'll see the enumeration in that fashion. So this is how it is. This is one way to getting familiar with the documentation, which is very very important if you want to get the hang of Python well. Second thing is to get a practical examples, and also to make sure that you are doing you're making best use of the programming language, because it's all peer reviewed. See, we can see a lot of discussion going on around each of these. So this way I'll know that whether we are doing it the right way or not by looking further. So as and when the problems arise, when we try to solve them, this is how we generally go about it. So since we are here already in the documentation, let's say we have something around this one here. So when we come here, we open this documentation docs.python.org slash 3 library functions.html. These functions you open, and we get familiar with this documentation page. There are a lot of other examples actually. So as and when we get an opportunity, we get comfortable with this place, and at one point we'll be very familiar with the uh, notation and the wording here. Trust me, it is very important. That's how we actually get the fundamentals right. Thanks.